always thought I knew my husband. 5 years of marriage, of laughter, quiet mornings, and whispered dreams. I knew the way he took his coffee, the exact firmness he liked his pillows, and how he hummed softly in the shower when he thought I wasn't listening. But nothing, not even all those years, could have prepared me for what I found out that night. It began like any other evening. Dinner was done. A soft song played in the background. Vanilla-scented candles flickered in the living room. He sat on the couch, scrolling through his phone, while I curled up nearby with a book. Then came the message. His phone vibrated. I glanced up, just in time to catch something flicker in his eyes. He tilted the screen away and stiffened. It was subtle, but not subtle enough. "Who's that?" I asked, trying to keep my tone light. He hesitated. A pause. A crack in the foundation of everything I believed. I told myself I was imagining it, but as the evening wore on, his distance became undeniable. He kept checking the time, his attention fraying like thread pulled too thin. Then, at exactly 11:45 p.m., he stood. "I have to go out for a bit," he said, not meeting my gaze. That wasn't him. My husband was a creature of routine. He didn't do late-night outings. He didn't keep secrets. So I followed him. The cold air hit me like a warning. I kept several steps behind as he walked with purpose, his head low. We turned a corner and stopped in front of a plain, windowless building. He knocked 3 times, rhythmic, deliberate. A man opened the door. Without a word, my husband went inside. I wanted to believe it was something harmless, but the pit in my stomach said otherwise. I waited. People came and went, one by one. None looked like criminals, yet every face was tight with tension. When my husband finally emerged, his shoulders were stiff, his gaze scanning the street. He didn't head home. Instead, he walked to a small, dimly lit cafe. At that hour, something wasn't right. Then I saw her. A woman, seated at a corner table, already waiting. She didn't look surprised when he walked in. There was history in the way they looked at each other. My breath caught as she reached across the table and took his hand. Not romantically, but intimately. They had shared something I wasn't part of. I nearly turned and walked away, but I needed answers. I moved toward the door. Just as I reached it, her eyes lifted. She saw me. Her gaze didn't hold guilt or surprise. It held warning. I ducked away. A moment later, my husband stormed out, jaw tight, breath fogging in the cold air. He didn't see me as he passed. I followed again, my heart pounding. He moved faster this time, slipping into a narrow alley. He knocked again, 3 times, the same rhythm. Then a hand clamped around my wrist. I gasped, spun around, and there she was, the woman from the cafe. Up close, she was striking, cold, controlled. "You shouldn't be here," she said quietly. "Who are you?" I hissed, wrenching my arm away. "What is he hiding?" She looked at me for a long moment. "It's not about me. It never was." Then she looked toward the alley, fear flickering in her eyes. "If you walk through that door, your life will never be the same." But I had come too far to stop. I slipped through the door. The inside was dim, the air thick with tension. The room was part warehouse, part makeshift meeting room. At the far end, my husband stood with a group of people I didn't recognize. He dropped a folder onto a table. "This is everything," he said. "We don't have time." I stayed hidden, heart pounding. "She doesn't know?" one of the men asked. My husband hesitated, then shook his head. "No." The woman from the cafe appeared beside me again. He's trying to protect you, she whispered. From what? I asked. Before she could answer, a voice cut through the air, my husband's. What was that? He turned and saw me. Silence fell. We stared at each other. His face went pale, eyes wide with fear, not of being caught, but of what I might now know. Tell me the truth, I whispered. He stepped forward. I didn't want this. I never wanted you to be part of this. Part of what? The man at the table closed the folder. There's no going back now. My husband looked at me, his eyes full of something like sorrow. I'm not who you think I am, he said. I work with people who handle things quietly, off the books. I kept you in the dark to keep you safe. Everything I've done, every late night, every lie, it was to protect you. I shook my head, trying to process. Are you a spy? No, he said. Not exactly, but close enough. I stared at him, the man I thought I knew, my husband, my partner, and a stranger. Why now? I asked. Why did it all come crashing down tonight? He exhaled. Because the thing we've been trying to stop, it's here, and you saw too much. The woman beside me stepped forward. We have to move. Now it's not safe here. My husband looked at me again, something close to desperation in his eyes. You can leave, walk away, go home, pretend none of this ever happened. Or, I asked. He reached out a hand. Or stay, and I'll tell you everything. I hesitated. My world had already shattered, and maybe, just maybe, knowing the truth was better than living in a lie. I stepped forward and took his hand, and just like that, the woman I was before disappeared into the night behind me.